All right, Drake Riggs here with the scrap. Drake Riggs here with RT Sport. Drake Riggs here with my MMA news. All right, Drake Riggs here for SCMP MMA. Drake Riggs here in New York City. Sorry. Bloopers.
What was that laugh? It was a laugh as a reverse.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, well, that's all I got for you, sir. Thank you so much.
What's all I got for you?
Right.
Aren't we
Great.
both content?
Yeah.
No happy holiday? No Merry Christmas?
Happy holidays, yes, of
I
course.
feel like you have to say it to the mic.
Happy holidays to Chael Sonnen and
There
everybody.
it is. I mean, I kind of begged for it, but thank you.
But,
No, they're hiding me, better than a pastor having an affair, but
hey.
that's all right.
Yeah.
Going into the fights, and we just have excitement for one another. But I think we all, because we've done this before in the past. I think because.
Welcome to the Body Lock, brought to you by Body Armor. Get yours today. Super Ultra Hydration Strawberry Banana flavor. The best in the biz.
Your hair is looking luscious.
Is it? Is it good?
I didn't say it was good.
Oh,
I said
okay.
It's luscious.
All right, well.
Woo! Woo!
Yep, that's what they do.
And I'd like, what the?
Caitlin Chukagian. I pronounced that correctly, right? All right, great, awesome. Drake Riggs here with the scrap with Alfred Kashakian. Yeah, good. Kashakian. All right, awesome.
My door. Well, you see, my defense is still good.
Jose Young's of MMA fighting.
It's great to be here, Drake.
I can't top that. What do we make of that performance, Alex?
Yeah, it's tough taking my Nick Diaz. You got it?
Yeah.
Please, just one time, before I'm ever done, announce me as a masturbator. But
ドリュクさんに素敵な日ですねって言ってください。
Mustache comments. First of all, this guy got some swag. I like this dude.
All right, Drake Riggs here with MMA Mania. That is right. The move is official as of February. We are starting the new spot, the new home, MMA Mania. Very, very excited to finally get an opportunity like this. It's what we all work for, and I can't wait to get rolling. So thank you so much to everybody for the support over these 6 years now. Crazy to think that it's been 6 years that I've been in this game, plugging along, writing up story after story, video after video, podcast, you name it. Feel like I've done enough, and obviously it's paid off in some facets. So very exciting. Glad that it has amounted to something. So cannot wait to continue doing it just for one big roof. One big roof over my head now, rather than all over the place, which wasn't a problem. Gotta do what you gotta do, and enjoyed it very, very much. But that means housekeeping. So for those of you who are interested in what this means for a lot of other things surrounding me, which I appreciate it greatly if you are, and you're here for that reason, right? So the YouTube channel, which is what this video is on, will remain. Obviously, it is where most of my interviews would go, outside of some here and there. Those will not be uploaded to the channel anymore. Of course, they will be on MMA Mania platforms, but there is still a playlist. The Fighter Chats and / interviews playlist will remain, because why not? And I'll still put everything in there. So there's reason to still subscribe to the Drake Riggs YouTube channel. Not just for that, but whatever other random nonsense that I want to put up on here, which will definitely happen, and I'll probably do it this week because I'm going to be testing out some things and just having fun, right? Having fun with video things. I always enjoy doing video work, and will continue to do so, but I will still update that playlist regularly, as I will with all the other ones. Don't think you can get notifications for that. I might be wrong, but they're still there. So that's a reason to still check out this channel, but you won't be getting the uploads directly onto it. Still going to be taking place though, of course. Can't stop interviewing, just how we do it. And since it is a Monday at the time of this video's release, generally that's the day that the WMA Today podcast would happen live. 84 straight weeks. Just wrapped the last one last week on the scrap. Starting out in, I want to say, early 2017-ish with Steve King, the man himself, at MMA Today, which is kind of how the whole name came into play. Very clever, I know. WMA Today, MMA Today, ha ha ha. Always funny. Still hate the term WMA, but hey, it fit and it worked. Carried it from there to Cage Side Press, and then finally 84 straight live weeks for at least an hour and a half, sometimes 2.5. It varied, ranged from there, but just want to give another thank you to everybody who watched the show, listened to the show, came and hung out live every single week, because there were some of you that were dedicated, and it means a lot. And it's a little bit sad, that show is done now, but do not worry, it will be continuing on just in a reincarnated format, right? It won't be WMA Today anymore, but I'm still going to be doing a show like that for MMA Mania, so you can get excited for that. Please come, hang out and tune in for that if you are some of these reoccurring, viewers or friends that we made along the journey. And it was something that was a lot more special than I kind of realized, I think, and took for granted in the moment during it, and especially when looking back on last week's episode and saying goodbye for that last time on that platform. Obviously still here, right? It's still existing, that kind of thing. But it hit me a little bit like the day or two after when I was going for a run, and just thinking about how when you do something like that at a set time every single week for such a long period of time, you get used to doing it, right? You're so accustomed to this, and everyone expects it, all these kind of things. It's your getaway a little bit from everything else in a way. At least you can use it in that fashion, right? And it made me think of a similar situation for myself when Trevor Moore passed away, who was a actor, comedian, writer, comic, funny guy, just an overall funny guy. And if you're unfamiliar with him, he is most famous for The Whitest Kids You Know, which is a comedy group, sketch comedy group. They had a TV show back in the day on IFC, 5 seasons. Excuse me. Hilarious show, one of my favorites of all time. And then in, I want to say early last year, maybe late 2020, they started their Twitch streams, which they would do pretty regularly throughout the week, but they would have one each Saturday live that they would do with all 5 of the guys. And I tuned into those religiously, not live generally, because Saturday night, kind of not a great time if you want to go out and do things, or fights, obviously, for myself and every other fight fan, but would catch up on them, whether it was the day after or whatnot. Was expecting my show every single week, and it went on for like the whole year. And when he passed away in August, that was definitely the most emotional I've probably ever been about someone I've never met, because when you see them that often and, let them into your life and they let you into theirs a little bit without knowing, it's a very weird concept. It sounds that way, right? You get so used to it and you feel like you know them a little bit. And I don't want to say at all that's the case with what happened with people and myself and excuse me, dry mouth, throat, whatever. Myself and Steve at with WMA Today. Not editing this, but it made me just think about like, oh, I guess some people could feel that same way, even though I'm not dead or going away forever. This might be a terrible comparison, but it just made me want to say thank you again, and even more so because I kind of know what that is like when that thing you're so used to seeing and you enjoy so much does go away. I've been there, and of course they've come back a little bit now, but it's never ever going to be the same. And in this case, it will never ever be the same because things are changing, right? But we'll still be around in a certain variety. So it was a special thing that I think we had, and I appreciate the community that we did build in those 84 weeks. Still crazy to think that long amount of time. But yes, do not worry. There will still be more exclusive women's themed shows from me, because of course I got to do that, right? And as for the other show, Broaden Horizon, don't worry, that will be coming along as well. That is my true baby. Absolutely, perhaps my favorite thing to do in this industry. Highlighting those fighters and athletes over in Japan, Ryzen, that general area, or if they've been affiliated, you know the drill if you've seen the show, but it will continue on. So very excited to bring it on over. And shameless plug for episode 12, which just dropped yesterday. Fantastic lineup. Maybe my favorite episode. Probably not. It's so hard to choose one, but I really enjoyed it. Takanori Gomi on the show. Sekizawa, one of the best new fighters in the world. Does that make sense to say? I mean, knocked out Aya Kamasaki, best atomweight in the world. Deep Jules, strawweight champion. Very great getting a chat with her. And then Gomi as well. Siwoo Park and Damian Brown. Just a fun lineup, just a fun episode. Go check it out. That is here on the channel, so you can see that. I can put it, I can do the power of, I will do this kind of editing. I'm not going to crop or chop and that kind of thing, but you can watch it right here. No, it's over here actually. Got to get my directions right with the cards. Right here. Watch Broad Horizon episode 12. Right now or after this, I don't care. As long as you check it out. So that will continue on. And then as for in-person live coverage, and specifically that was with SCIP, which I did in 2021, will not be obviously continuing in the same frequency, which sucks because that is kind of fun to do, but still potential there for that to happen. So just maybe not as much as 2021. Well, like definitely not as much because I did a lot last year, but still gonna be a thing. Perhaps that option is there. Stay tuned for that one. But if I was to give you some housekeeping notes, that's what it would be in regards to that. Otherwise, everything you typically see from me will just now be under that red umbrella for MMA Mania. And if you ever have any questions or just want to chat it up, you know where to find me, at DrakeRiggs _ on Twitter and Instagram as well. Here, YouTube. Very open, friendly, happy to chat and reply to things. So, very excited to get going, guys. Appreciate anybody and anyone who has ever watched just for even a second or supported me, interacted negatively or positively. Any criticisms, feedback, notes, you name it. Means the world. Very passionate and serious about this, so if you couldn't tell, it means a lot. Onward and upward. Let's have a great 2022, everybody, and I will see you very, very soon. Is this where we turn off?